everyone. We have Mr. Suresh Kalburti sir, who is going to take us through a subject which is very close to this today's topic, which already been announced, and he's going to talk on food and fasting. So before I would like to welcome Suresh sir on this platform.
Thank you, Kanchanji. Very happy morning and afternoon, evening to all the masters who have joined from across the globe. So it's again a wonderful session and great to see you all again, friends. And with a small glitch and change in the approach there. So I hope you will definitely take something good out of this session today. So, friends, today we'll be talking all about the food and fasting, right? So the effort here is to demystify you from all the dogmas or the belief system that you all would be having, actually. Yeah, so I'll be sharing a bit of a presentation on this so that you all are, able to follow and we can move faster on this whole thing. So as I mentioned to you, this is to break the myth of food, right? So we are not going to talk too much about the medical jargons and terminologies and a lot of nutritional things. So I'll not really get too deep into it. So we are all in a spiritual journey, right? So we are all in part of the spiritual mechanism, and we ourselves are energy bodies and energy beings. We are not bodies and minds, right? So we will the basis of this whole program is going to be on that concept. So friends, are you able to see my screen, right? Okay. So what we are going to cover today is we'll be understanding all about food and then understanding about the energy system and what is the breatharianism and alternate food and then way of living and then living legends of the who are there and what is fasting, starving, and balanced living, right? So I'll try to be a quick in our my talking. In case you have any questions, you can just unmute or maybe just raise your hands and then you can start talking. Okay. So, friends, as I mentioned to you all, I wanted to be a bit more participative. So, what is food? So, I just wanted someone to pick up this question and answer. What do you mean by food? What is food for you? Yes, friends, please feel free. So, there's nothing to wonder whether the answer is right or not, but I just wanted to start from the basic understanding. So, are we able to unmute the participants as and then we want? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what is food, Anjuji or Vikramji,
So,
anyone?
Suresh, Vikal here, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Okay.
So, Suresh, for me, the food is, the form of the energy to, keep going on and survive.
Yes. Okay. So, someone has said energy to body and mind, and then source of energy, nutrition and energy. So it says energy again. Okay, taste. Okay, someone said taste. That's good. So what else? What is food? I want some more answers here. What do you mean by food? What does food strike in your mind when I say what is food? Yummy and tasty. Yes. Lata Chaudhary. Yes, that's really good. What else? What is food? Some more answers. Okay, so why do we need food? Driving force for physical body. Okay, so why do we need food? Do we really need food? A source of survival. That's what Anupamaji says. And I mean, let's be more participative, interactive, right? People can talk, and I hope everyone can unmute. The permission is given to you all, so you can unmute and speak. So satisfaction, right? For energy, for satisfaction, hunger levels, satisfaction. Okay, okay. So, satisfy, happiness, wow, good. So, great strength to work, okay, to survive, right? Okay, so let me pick up from here, right? So medicine, food is like a medicine, right? So friends, we all say, in technically speaking, food is something which is eaten, drunk, or breath, to the form of the breath. All the living beings take, which is the source of all the nutrition, which can be eaten, it can be drunk, or it can be taken through breath, right? Through the breathing of the energy, right? So that's how we do. And depending on the type of living beings, right? There are various ways to take the energy, right? Or take the nutrition or the nourishment that people are looking for, or the living beings are looking, right? Like if you look at plants, they take it in a different way. If you look at the humans and animals and birds, they take it in a different way. So there are many, many microorganisms and living beings where they are taking it in various forms. So why do we need food, right? So why do we need food? There are so many answers you've already seen, right? So we say that food is a source of energy. We need food for energy. We need nutrition. We cannot survive without having that food and things like that. So then basically, what is this nutrition? So can anyone answer? So what do you mean by nutrition? So we say it's energy. What is energy? What is nutrition? Can anyone define what is nutrition? What are different type of nutrition? So yes,
Body needs certain vitamins, minerals.
yeah, mineral, vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else? Vitamin A, vitamin B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Z, right? So
Yeah.
there,
So
there are fiber, there is sugar, there is iron content, or
that
there, yeah, you're saying something, sorry. Protein, yes. Protein, yes. What else? What is nutrition? Carbohydrates, fats, minerals, vitamins, trace element. Okay, yes, Raju. So balanced diet. So have you all seen what is this nutrition? Have you experienced what is this nutrition? Basically, what happens with this nutrition?
yeah, if we won't take iron, some pains we'll get, right?
You will get problem.
Yeah, yeah, body needs nutrition, otherwise it will damage.
Okay, okay. So, friends, ultimately we say most of us they agree that it is for the sake of energy we cannot survive and things like that. Okay, and the food is source of all the nutrition. So, if I talk about nutrition, we talk about all these elements, right? Carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, fiber, sugar, fats, so many other things, right? And a lot of vitamins, confusing, and vitamin D or B12 or whatever, right? We talk about it. So if we humans, right, are really looking for this sort of nutrition from our food, okay, why don't we eat all the raw food, right? If I look at the sprouts, if I look at fruits, if I look at all the leaves and things like that, that is a source of all the best nutrition, isn't it?
Not
Not for
not taste. It won't give that taste.
it won't give the taste. Yes, that's where we come. So that's where a lot of people they said food is like a kick, So you get a high when we
Mm,
eat, right? And when we eat or drink, we get a kick or a high.
some
So
happiness, satisfaction.
yes, yes, yes. So, friends, if it was really for nutrition and if it is for really for the health benefit and things like that, we would all taken the raw food. We could have taken sprouts, juices, vegetables, raw food. And so, because that is all called the pranic food or it has a life force. And when we eat, it gives the best source of life and nutrition to us. But what we do, we put it all in a cooker or a oven or a vessel and just imagine if you are all put in a very big human sized cooker and put it for 10 minutes, what happens to you? What happens to us? If I'm all put into a very human-sized cooker and boiled for 10 minutes, what happens to me, right? So
Dead.
it's all gone, right? We are dead. So what we are doing is all just, it is just a myth that yes, we are getting, all the nutrition and food and things like that. It is more emotional. It is just to satisfy the taste and emotions and things like that. So when you map yourself to, like, say, aloo paratha, okay, the moment you smell the fragrance of aloo paratha comes, then your salivation starts, and then your acidity in the body will start generating, and then you're waiting. The tawa is on. Come on, give me. I'm ready to digest and quench your emotions now. The moment you smell bisibele bath or wangi bath or masala dosa or puri bhaji and whatever, right? You may rasgulla, rasmalai, everything, right? So whatever it is. So the moment you map yourself, then yes, the mouth starts salivating, and then the stomach starts preparing. Yes, my master is going to put some fuel inside me now. So that's all the fuel. It's whatever we eat is more like the calories, like petrol and diesel, right? So you're just taking more calories. It's nothing to do with the life force there. The moment we boil and cook it, right? So whether we need it or not, that's a different thing, but it's all about the kick, right? Food is the most dangerous, or I would say, the most hypnotic addiction that all the human beings have from the time they are born till the death, right? The society says, Arey beta, if you don't eat the food, then you will become very lean, you will become very thin, you will become skinny, you will become bony, right? And you have to eat, you should look, plumpy, you should be a bit more heavy, or like you should feel like the body is filled, actually. So you should feel the cheeks are good, the hands and legs are good, and muscly and things like that. So what's happening is that everyone says that you have to eat 3 meal a day, you have to eat 5 meal a day or 4 meal a day. You keep eating, keep taking bites and things like that. So it's all an addiction. It's more dangerous addiction than alcohol, because alcohol, people know it is addiction. They keep, "Arey yaar, behoda hai." So this is all like you are drinking like hell. So no one says, why you are addict to food. We don't know that we are not getting that food energy, or the emotions from the all the nutrition from the food. Why we are living happily, why we are able to survive, is because we are able to sleep properly in the night. We are able to cut off the mind and connect myself to the super source. Okay, every night we cut off and then we connect ourselves to the universal source, and that's when the regeneration happens. That's when the recharging happens. That's when the all the energy is flowing, and all the nutritional requirements of the body is also coming to us, actually. And the so-called, it's all more like a placebo, that yes, we feel the moment we eat, we feel that yes, energy is flowing to us, right? So it is all about friends, realize that if at all we are talking about nutrition, we would have eaten in a different way, right? And we are eating just for the sake of our emotions, to satisfy our emotional hunger, that satisfy our tongue and nose. If you go to China, right? Like I recently traveled to China and Taiwan. So if you go to China and Taiwan, if you find street side restaurants or shops, you will just walk about 100 meters away from that by closing your nose. It will smell like gutter, right? And you will not even feel hungry. And even if you are hungry, you will forget it, because the moment you smell that, all your saliva in the mouth will dry up, and acids in the stomach will stop producing itself, because you will feel like gutter. "Arey, ye kahan se aa raha hai smell?" Because they eat something called as rotten tofu, and all that things, different type of fragrances. You will not even know it is food, right? So you can't map it. Your saliva will not produce, your desire will not kick off. It will not fire your desire or emotions there, right? So friends, it's all about mapping. From the time we are unknown to it, and then some food is tasted and you are forced to eat, and then you get an addiction, and that's a practice that we all get into, right? So friends, let us understand a bit more about the energy body right now, right? So what what do you see here in this, we have understood a bit more about what we are eating and why we are eating, and we could all understand that it's more emotionally driven. So let's understand what is this energy about, right? So what do you see here in this image? Can you see something here? What do you see here? I hope we can request everyone to unmute as you want to be participative. So yes.
We can see the solar system, sir, like all the planets.
Yes. So friends, we would all studied in our childhood days, right? And school days. What do we see here is the solar system, right? Who is the who is the center of the solar system? Like what is the who is the controller of the solar system? Who is the what is the core of the solar system?
Sun.
Sun, right? So sun is a core of this solar system. Wow, good. So I'm seeing some answers coming in verbally. So I love that. So rather than me getting into the chat mode, right? So sun is a the Pitamaha, or the father and mother of this solar system is sun. So if suppose the sun decides, I'll take a vacation, go on leave for a week, what happens to this solar system, right? So the Earth is all the planets will go dishum dishum. They'll all go helter skelter, take a tucker to each other, and we won't know what's going to happen to this planet system, isn't it? So sun is actually the source of all the light, the energy, and without the sun there, all right, sun is not setting or rising, my friends. So you understand that, right? So sun is neither setting neither rising. It's there as it is, burning 24 bar 7, 365 days. Not even a single second is missed out. Only that we are rotating, we are revolving around the sun and rotating. The earth is rotating, so that's why we are getting a perspective of day and night and things like that. Right? So it is subjective to earth. It is not subjective to sun. Sun is always there, right? So, and that is the source of, because of that sun's gravitational pull and the energy, all the living beings on the Earth planet, they produce the food, they are living happily, everything is working smoothly. The plants are generating the food, and without the plants and those tree kingdom, no one on the Earth planet can survive. No one, right? Whether it is producing the root foods, root vegetables, shooty vegetables, or leafy vegetables, or whatever, right? It is so all the beings, isn't it? So if the sun doesn't rise, everyone gets into depression. You would have heard on the North Pole, South Pole side, people who are getting 3 months sunrise or 6 months sunrise, 6 months there's no sunrise, they all get into a bit of unhappy mode, or they get into a depression, their health system gets upset, right? So friends, sun is a source. We are not putting a pipeline, or we are not putting a cable there, wire cable, and then getting energy to the system. Are we getting like that? Which is so far away, it takes 8.5 minutes for the sun energy and the light itself to reach to Earth. At the speed of light, it takes so much of time to reach the sun rays coming to Earth. It takes some time. So imagine it is so far away, but still, yet every smallest microorganism on the Earth planet is surviving because of the sun energy, right? So it's so important to understand this model. So if you look at the score, it is the sun is in the center, and all the planets and satellites are revolving or rotating around the sun itself, right? So if you look at the another image here, so what do you see here? So we see what do we see here? We see the atom structure, right? So in the childhood days, we would have studied what is atom structure. So atom also is nothing but a similar replica, right? If you see this, it has a nucleus, it has a protons and electrons, right? Protons and electrons are there revolving. It's like the core of the atom structure is again the nucleus. Nucleus is like the sun, right? And the protons and electrons are like the satellites and the planets going around it. Okay, it's a similar structure. It is a hologram of what the solar system is all about, right? And if you break open one of the cell, it becomes a bomb. It looks like a cell, but if you break a nuclear, like you heard about nuclear fusion, fission. So if you, it's the same atom, we don't know how much of energy it can explode just by breaking open one atom here, right? This, right? So, friends, it's the same replica there. It's just the micro and the macrocosm approach here, right? And if you look at it, the bottom of the screen here, what we see is the biological cell, right? So biological cell also is something similar to the atom, or it can be like what you call the human cell. The cell, the moment we call cell, nothing but it has some voltage. It has some current that flows through these cells. Right? It is called the jivatma. It is called the living. It is called jivanu. Jivanu means it's a living cell, right? And the core of this cell also is the nucleus. It has a nucleus. So the moment the nucleus is broken or it's lost, then the cell becomes dead. Action, right? So it is nothing but in a miniature form, everything is a solar system. Everything, it has a core that is like a sun. It is a source of all the energy, and it's a source of everything. It's a source of the gravity. Everything is because of that. And it is nothing but like say, just to be a bit more specific, every human has like say close to 5 liter plus of blood in our body, right? And to test the health condition of the body, do we withdraw all the blood and then analyze and check and put it back in the body? What do we do? So we just take a few drops or few ml of the blood, analyze it, and then say, yes, this is your sugar level, this is your protein level, this is your cholesterol, whatever, right? You have this, what you call the uric acid levels, or you have this more of hemoglobin or RBC, WBC, and platelets and everything, so whatnot. It gives all the parameters. So we don't need to pull out all the blood contained in the body, right? So similar way, right? Even if you take one speck in the whole universe, it is nothing but the replica of the whole universe. It shows the form, or it shows the qualities of the universe. Similarly to the atom, or be it a cell, be it a solar system, right? So one drop of blood is equal to the whole blood in the body. It says the same. It gives the same message. It gives the same information also. So, friends, we ourselves as a body, we have so many trillions of cells we have, and each cell has about zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.5 volts in it. It has a voltage, right? And if all the cells are joined in positive and negative format, like Joe Dispenza in one of his talks, he says that if all the, uh, you know, uh, you know, not Joe Dispenza, so it's a biology of belief. So it is, there's a great master who has written a book called Biology of Belief. So I'm just not able to recollect the author name. So he says,
Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Bruce Lipton, yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for that. So Bruce Lipton, he turned out to be a spiritual master. He is a cellular biologist and a cellular scientist, right? He's conducted a lot of experiments. So he talks about the belief system and how much of energy that every cell has. So the moment you align these cells into positive, negative, like say you have 1.5 volt into 10 cells, right? It becomes 15 volts. So if I am having 1.2, 120 trillion cells in the body, you can imagine at least will generate 60 trillion volt. If someone has to see me, he has to stand 1 kilometer away, otherwise they will burn. Right? That's how much of a voltage that we can all generate, provided we are aware the art of alignment, right? The art of connectivity, right? So friends, we ourselves are the source of all that energy, but just that we don't know. Right? Oh, kambal hod ke sula diya usko. Just put all the blankets on top of it and then make it sleep. We don't know what we are. So consciousness is what keeps us alive, not the food, right? So if you see this thing, the core is everything. We are the center. We are the core. We are the source of all the energy, right? So friends, if you look at, there are so many masters. There is a way to live, and if you read this through a bit more, we call it as breatharianism. So breatharianism is a uh, is a way of living, right? Breatharianism holds the that breath is not the only source, the essence of life, but contains all life-sustaining elements necessary for man to live in complete health, peace, and harmony with the planet. Okay, so that is nothing but it nourishes the body with the prana. We are all ourselves living beings. We are the source of energy. We are energy beings. We are not the body and the mind. It is coming later. Okay, we are creating it. Okay, so breath and the prana shakti is a secret and essence of all the life. It contains all the life-giving mechanism. It gives all the nourishment to the body and the mind, and it satisfies our emotions also, right? So if you look at it here, just to give you the perspective of what the prana shakti is or what we are, right? If you look at the sun for a moment, if I talk about sun, when the sun rays comes and the rain falls, right? What comes on the sky? The screen of the sky, what do you see? When the rain falls and there's a sun rays, right? And there's a rain. Okay, what comes on the screen of a sky?
Rainbow.
Yes.
Rainbow.
So you rainbow, what are the various colors of rainbow? So they are all the
All the
seven
chakra colors. Chakra
all the
colors.
colors, right? Seven colors. It starts from the red to going up to the violet, right? The lowest frequency of light to highest frequency of light. So similarly, our body in our system also we are made of seven chakras, and the chakras is nothing but a conjunction of the etheric body and the physical body, the energy body and the physical body. It's a conjunction of the both. Is called chakra. It starts from Muladhara to Sahasrara, from our bottom of the spinal cord, the tip of the tailbone to the tip of your skull, so that is your head, right? That is called Sahasrara. Everything is based out of colors here, my dear friends. So even the sunlight, if it is a white light, but if it is split into a prism, to the prism, it gives you seven colors. And the food we eat, whatever we eat, like say if you eat the beetroots or if you eat the tomatoes, right? It's a color of red, isn't it? If you eat oranges, it is orange color. If you eat pineapples or any other like turmeric, right? What is it made of? It is all yellow color, isn't it? So whatever we eat, friends, it is all made of colors. So it is feeding that part of the chakra. So ultimately, it boils down to light in ourselves, right? And we, as a prana, also is nothing but the energy. It is a light. We are all light. We are all light beings. We are the moment we descend into this body, it is nothing but the light that descends in the body, right? And we, as a white light, or the golden white light, we are nothing but a perfect nutrition of all the seven colors. We are the perfect balance of all the seven colors. Okay, so no doctor can tell you what is perfect nutrition for you, because we need to eat all these seven colors, isn't it? And the very digestive process itself is emotionally driven. The food you eat today is nectar, because if you are in a happy mood, and the same food you eat tomorrow will be poison because you are not happy, you are depressed, you are not in good mood. The food doesn't digest. It turns out to be cholesterol and fatty acids, or it will turn out, radicals. It generates radicals in your body, right? It turns out to be indigestion. You may get vomiting or lose motion. The stools may come out, right? So, friends, it is the colors. It's the energy that we are ourselves are the source of all the nutrition. How is the body able to manage it, irrespective of what we eat? How are we all living healthy and happily, irrespective of whatever we consume? We have so many addictions. We keep eating all the potatoes or paneers or fats or oil or ghee. Okay, we are all addicted to the food. We don't know whether we are taking all the seven colors. It is because we ourselves are the prana, we ourselves are the Shakti. That is why we are able to live happily, live healthily, live energetically. So prana Britannism says we ourselves are the source. The prana Shakti is the source of all the nutritions that we need. Okay, so it is the best source of nutrition. Yeah, friends. If I talk about Britannism, right? So prana contains all the elements that a creation needs to be manifested. Our body is a manifestation of the prana Shakti. In terms of the nutritional value, it has them all. But I would like to clarify that in the pranic state, the vitamins, proteins, and all of that are irrelevant. They don't exist. So as I told you, everything boils down to energy. Everything boils down to light and colors. Okay, then the so-called vitamins and proteins and minerals and fibers, they simply don't exist. It is only an intermediary things that the scientific terminologies are generated, right? And all the medical jargons and terms are created to confuse us. It's an illusion created for marketing to make a business with the idea for food and the illusion of separation. Okay. So 20th century society has created the idea that you're separated from the energy. So you need to receive energy to survive, create a whole big list of needs and requirements to be in standard energy. That means to say you have to be a balance. You need a whole laundry list of all the things that you have to consume. Oh, it has to be organic, or it has to be fiber, it has to be high. You have a shortfall of carbohydrates, you have sodium deficiency, salt deficiency, all these things. Also, we don't know that we as a source can channelize or catalyze from anything to anything. Its energy can be transformed from one form of light to another form of light. Like earlier, we used to burn a lot of fossil fuel for our wood to heat water and to cook. But now today we have solar. So we know it's only a matter of knowledge. Because of solar energy or the sun source, now there's no need to burn so much of fuel. We have the panels to heat the water. We have the panels to give us electricity, which can cook a lot of things for us. Give you light at the source to switch on the fan, air conditions. Everything is possible. So now the source of energy is switched on. That's all. We have electric cars today. We don't burn the diesel in so many cars. We have hybrid cars, right? But we humans are still surviving on the same, and many animals also live in alternate livings also. So Camilla is a breatharian, right? She says that we are separated. Okay, for this state, none of this is true. We are not separated from the energy. I am the energy that sustains my life, and this energy that sustains me is the energy of love, happiness, and joy. So she is a Camilla. Camilla is a breatharian, right? She lives on prana shakti. She lives on light. Okay. So let me switch over quickly to some of the living legends who have been going all across the world, right? So he's no more in the physical form now. A couple of years ago, he vacated the body. His name is called Hiraratan Manik, what you see in this screen, friends. He started teaching something called a sun gazing, right? And he discovered this from ancient texts and a lot of yogic practices. And he wanted to find and get to the root of this. And starting from 10 seconds a day, he started gazing the sun. Okay, what is the method of gazing the sun? Is 1 hour from the time of sunrise or 1 hour before the beginning of the sunset, you can gaze the sun safely, right? With bare eyes, standing on a barefoot on a mud or a dirt or a ground, a playground where they find mud. You can stand and you can start gazing the sun at 10 seconds per day, incrementing with 10 seconds every day. But it is safe to see during this 1 hour slot, right? You start gazing the sun. So what he says that when you start gazing the sun, our cell, the so-called the cellular or the jivanu, will start converting itself into a solar being, a solar charged cell. And the nucleus will become, more energized like the sun itself. And then everything can be, the energy is stored, and then it establishes direct connectivity with the sun, right? And direct connectivity with us as a pranic or an energy model or an atma, right? So he started seeing, and after 270 days of gazing, he developed 44 minutes of gazing. He was already viewing 44 minutes every day. And then the moment he did that, and he's also started doing barefoot walking. So what happened is all his emotional hunger died away. So he never felt hungry again. And then the first time that he did fasting, that he didn't wanted to eat, is he fasted for 211 days. It is recorded through medical research also, then under the supervision of doctors. Then the second time he fasted was 411 days in Ahmedabad, right? So he says that, all the kinds of psychosomatic, mental and physical illnesses, as well as increasing memory power and mental strength, just by looking at the sun. Right, the sun is a complete nutrition, as we saw. It gives all the 7 colors, and we ourselves are chakras, made of chakras, which has all the 7 colors. Right. So when we start seeing the solar source, that is sun, the first our eyes, the cells in the eyes will become energized and become solar charged. Then the brain cells, where it's connected to all the brain cells, become solar, and then the whole body starts becoming converting into a solar cell. Right. That's the way he is, and then he has gone around the world, even including the NASA scientists. He has taught where they go out of into the space, and they cannot eat the food the way we need. They cannot eat the food the quantity we eat in the Earth planet, because they have digestive problems. They may have excretion problems because there's no gravity there. So they taught for so many scientists to how to live mostly without food, right? So this is one of the masters. Then what you see, the Akahi and Camila, right? So they are the light living on light couple. They teach something called as a 8D process, 8-day process, where they will lead you through a series of fasting techniques, breathing techniques, and meditation techniques. Where at the end of the 8-day program, you will be relieved from all the emotional hunger. You will tap into your own source, your own energy system, right? So, masters and friends, this lady gave birth to the child, what you see in this picture. And throughout the pregnancy time, she would have eaten hardly 3 meals. Can you imagine? And her hemoglobin level was the best, energy levels were the best. And they teach this technique all across the globe. You can find them on ricardoakai.com, or you can just search for Akahi and Camila. You can find a lot of interviews and knowledge about how they provide. Yeah. So, friends, this is all what they speak all about Akahin Camila. And this is a lady whom I have met personally also. She is from Australia, Jasmuhin. Okay, she teaches something called as pranic way of living, living on prana. And she teaches something called as cellular meditation. Okay, she says, okay, my dear friends, come, we'll have a cosmic breakfast. So it will make you close your eyes and then talk to all the cells and yourself, and then recharge yourself, and then get the tap into the energy, the purest form of pranic energy, and say, okay, the breakfast is over already, right? So this is how she has been living ever since 93, right? So she is only about what you call uh, uh, only about 60 years when I met her way back in 2009 and 10, right? And now she would have been more than that, and she's still living happily and going across the world, teaching on pranic living and cellular meditation, and tapping in. And moreover, wherever there is a nutritional deficiency in the countries on the third world, she teaches how you don't have to suffer just because you don't get you so-called the myth that you get energy and nutrition from the food, the physical food. You don't have to worry. You meditate on yourself. You meditate on the cells. You meditate on the prana. Then you are again getting all the nutrition that you want. So, friends, this is all about the living legends, okay? And they all have lived. So, giving a bit of my experience with these masters. So, I practiced sun gazing for a long time. I could see that my emotional hunger getting quenched, and I don't need to eat 3 meal a day or 4 meal a day. I've been practicing it. Like I used to, when I saw this video of what you call Akahi and Camila, when I was in Taiwan, like 2010, I was transitioning from US to Taiwan and then back in India. So it was like the 31st of December 2009. I saw this video and suddenly I wanted to be a vegetarian. I stopped eating. And then I saw about Akaya, this Hiraratan Manikji, and started sun gazing and things like that. So I used to practice like 2 to 3 meal a week, not to 2 to 3 meal a day. Right. I lived like that for about a year. And then for many years, I lived on 1 meal a day. And then now I'm 2 meal a day for a very long time. I'll talk a bit more about it. But all this is just an experiment on myself. And I speak out of my experience also. right? So we'll talk a bit about then coming back to normalcy. Like say, we saw what is a energy model. We saw that we eat for emotions. We saw how they are really living legends who are living on prana. They are surviving, and they are all living happily on light, right? Then they are not eating at all. They are just
Sir,
for the
I
sake.
have a
Yeah, madam.
sir, I have a query. Is it right if I ask, or should I talk towards the end? Like,
Yeah, maybe we'll open up just in the interest of time. So
okay,
I'll open up for Q&A once we uh, get to the end of it. But I'll
sure,
just cover a couple of more points here, right?
sure, sir.
So friends, we saw at one side, we saw the, what do you call, the pranic Shakti, the energy model, the sun, the solar system. We saw many legends that were living in extreme. So we as a human, right? So we don't have to go to the extreme left or extreme right. It is a middle path. Okay, Madhyama Marga is what we have to follow. We neither think that we are surviving just because of eating, or that we are not abstaining from the food completely at all. So that's when we have to live a balanced life. Okay, then let's understand what happens to us actually. So, what is fasting? Can anyone answer what is fasting? Fasting is anyone? Fasting? What is fasting?
Giving rest to organs.
Giving rest to the
Organ.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Inside. Yeah.
Fasting is anyone else fasting? Giving rest to digestive organs. So what else? What is fasting? Upavas. What do you mean by upavas?
Clean up the body.
Clean up.
Cleansing the body.
Okay. So what is the
Cleanse.
process of fasting? Fasting
Not
means
eating. Not eating.
not eating, right? So we are
Give
not.
rest to the body.
Yes. So fasting means we are not taking physical food, right? We are not eating anything through the mouth or drinking anything from the mouth. So it's like fasting is giving rest to the body. Yes, I
What?
agree. No consumption of food or less consumption of food. Yes, that's right. So, uh, so what do you mean by what do you call the starving? What is starving? You know what is starving?
No food.
Too
No,
much.
you're feeling weak or
Hungry.
lack of energy, right? Or what happens? Like say, has anyone done fasting here? 48 hours, 24 hours. Has anyone done fasting? Who does fasting regularly? Anyone in this group?
Not regularly, but earlier I used to do Sureshji.
Okay, so how many hours?
During Navaratri. During Navaratri for 9 days, I used to do fasting, morning to evening. But
Okay,
in the evening, we used to eat, a lot of, things.
okay. So anyone who has done 24 hours, 48 hours,
Every Ekadasi, 24 hours,
Yeah.
I used to do fasting, sir.
so you've done 24 hours fasting. Okay.
Every Ekadasi.
Every
Ekadasi.
every Ekadasi. So,
Every
so
Ekadasi.
how do you feel? Uh, how do you
It,
feel?
I'm habituated to that. So my mind was fixed.
So
So
Ekadasi you do you don't
this
eat
is
food, right?
Ekadasi.
24 hours you don't eat food, right?
Okay,
On
6
Ekadasi.
to 6. 6 to
Okay.
6.
6 a.m. to
6
6
a.m.
a.m.
to next day 6.
6 a.m.
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
So
Then I will eat.
if you want to cook food on that day, will you cook?
Yeah. I
So if
cook and
anyone,
I serve and I cook.
so if anyone wants to give you food and offer and force you, will you eat?
My in my circle, everyone know I will
No, but
be I won't eat.
someone tells you, Baba, Rajeshwari, madam, you eat. Okay. I'll give you
No,
all the different, very rich and delicious food and give you a plate. Will you eat?
no. Even prasada also I
You
reject
don't eat.
and I tell smoothly.
Wonderful. So how do you feel, madam, on that day?
And that day This is
energetic.
this is the day no food. I feel.
So you feel
Like it,
light, you feel
yeah,
good.
fixed in my mind.
So you feel good or you feel weak?
Very good.
Very
Whenever in any case, any marriage function or anything, if I forced to take any food, close circle of marriage or in my house functions, anything maybe happened in Ekadasi, a little bit I ate some food on that day. I'm not. It is not giving any much trouble to my body, but
okay.
mentally
So
I am not satisfied. Okay.
So, suppose Ekadasi is over, right? It may be you or anyone else also can answer, right? Suppose some other day, right? It's not Ekadasi, and whole day no one will allow you to eat food. What happens?
Sometimes if we go on pilgrimage
No,
and
someone will deliberately, no one will give you food at all. What happens?
sometimes in my office hours when I was in work, I fully attend to that work and I forget about the food also. Sometimes Allah.
No, you want to
Maybe.
have food. Suppose now you have got used to the fasting, right? So suppose anyone else would like to answer or understand. If you want to eat food, like Rajeshwari madam does fasting consciously, anyone forces she doesn't want to eat, she feels very good. And suppose she is a normal lady, next day a lot of guests comes and she has to cook food. Right? Rajeshwari madam wants to cook food, and whole day she is cooking and nothing is left for her. She wants to eat food. So what happens then?
Then
You
it
will
is
feel
dissatisfaction, sir.
yes. So you will feel dissatisfaction. You may feel low on energy, weak because you have a desire to eat now, right?
Happy.
Yeah, you feel unhappy. You feel angry. अरे मुझे खाना ही नहीं बचा, कोई पूछता नहीं है मुझे, right? Isn't it? So then Tasuma will say, अरे whole day you have not eaten. Okay, next day early morning 6 a.m. she will come and tell you, अरे बेटा खिचड़ी बनाया ले लो. But next day 6 a.m. the Ekadasi starts. So what
Then
happens?
also.
Then he'll
I
say,
think.
Mama, don't worry. Yesterday I was unhappy or angry because no one asked me to eat food. Today I am on Ekadasi fasting, so I don't want to eat. Right? The previous day it was fasting, starving. Next day it is fasting. So both are empty states, right? Both are empty states. Both are empty stomach. But the problem is that both are 360-degree apart. When you fast, you become energetic. You will detox. You will become more healthy. When you starve, you will die. You understand? So when you want to eat food, okay, it's just a mindset. Either the switch is on, or you get a lot of energy by doing fasting, 5-day fasting, 6-day. I've met a lot of masters who have done 21 days fasting, just limbu pani. That's all, right? And the moment they say that, at the end of 21 days, they feel like they are literally birds flying in air. They feel very light, very happy. And you can feel the vibrations at the cellular level. They can feel even the breath without closing eyes. They can feel meditative, right? But when you want to eat food and you don't eat, then you are starving. Then you will become weak. All your nutrition goes down. Your energies goes down. You will collapse. The acidity will shoot up. Gastric ulcer, everything will start. So, to all the female masters here, particularly who cook and feed the families, whenever they don't get into the myth saying that, people say, Are Baba, you should eat on time. Are Baba, you should eat healthy. Otherwise, you will get all this ulcer, peptic ulcer, gastric, everything, acidity, everything, you will get it. All this is, just a worm in your head. There's nothing like that. Food and fasting, right? It's very, very easy to manage. Whenever you are unable to eat on time, whenever you cannot eat, then you say, I'm fasting. So the body is called the slave of the mind. Okay, it will say, Baba, okay, I will not switch on the tawa. I will switch off the stove. Okay, so it will not burn your stomach. It will not burn your right. So this is how it is, friends. The food and the fasting and starving is just a switch in the mind. When you want to fast, you will become energetic. When you want to eat and you don't eat, then you will starve and you will die. So that's a switch. Whenever you cannot eat, you just say fasting. That's all. So fasting gives you improved energy, increased willpower, it gives detox, physical and mental happiness and spiritual gain, right? So there are a lot of things that happens to fasting. So friends, this session was mainly to help you to understand uh, what is uh, what is the myth of food, and then don't get too much into the nutritional value, the fibers, vitamins, and so meditate every day and realize that you are the source of all the energy, and the biggest source, the sun, is always available for you, right? You can do a lot of understanding about your chakras, your things. So I have particularly from 2010 onwards, the time when I started exploring this living on light and pranic living or chakras and everything, my emotional hunger has died out. And I know that yes, I'm eating for my desire, I'm eating for my pleasure or indulgence. It is not for nutrition alone there, right? So I know nutrition is coming from somewhere else, not from the food that we eat. Whatever we eat is only more trouble and more torture to the body rather than nutrition, because we eat so much of masalas and all that things, whatever we eat, and we consume, keep consuming, no rest to the body. We want the body to rest in the night and we have a heavy dinner and sleep, then the whole body has to work to do all that, do this and this. It has to excrete and give urine out of it in the morning, right? So what I'm saying is, you let us all understand, just to sum up, we are the source of all the energy. Get out of the fear. Don't get into a fear mode that, yes, I have to eat this, I have to eat that. All this is myth. It is more worms that you are adding into your brain and head. And switch to 2 meal a day or less, not 5 meal a day. Keep eating every 2 hours. It's all nonsense. The best medicine for diabetes is fasting, but the world is going the other way around. So believe in and experience nutrition to energy. So this is what the health and nutrition through energy model rather than the physical layer. Okay. So this is food is more to do with enjoyment, not anything else. We are all addicted, which we don't know. It's a mass hypnotic trance everyone is into. From the time of birth till death, everyone is hypnotized that we have to eat to survive. So that is the biggest hypnotic trance. Socializing and food is more for socializing and enjoyment, not for nutritional things. We don't get the nutrition that we are expecting. So choose between physical food and energy food. Hybrid living is the best way. Like we get hybrid cars today, we have electric cars. We all can switch fasting and switching. Like Gandhiji used to do fasting every week. Every Monday he used to fast and he used to go on satyagraha for so many days. So nutrition is a myth. Create your own nutrition to your own body system, mental system, emotional system. So fast a bit, do not starve. Whenever you are unable to eat food on time, you just say your body that I am fasting, Baba, don't make halla gula. Okay, then it will become like as good as cool as if you have eaten ice cream, your stomach will cool down, right? So that's all I had, friends, to say today. And the food and fasting